Dargah Sharif of Ajmer, centuries old Sinaitic history. A petition in court had sought a survey of the shrine of Khwaja Muhyiddin Chishti in Ajmer, based on claims that it was constructed after demolishing Hindu and Jain temples. What is the history of the Dargah and of the revered Sufi saint who rests there? A court in Ajmer last Wednesday admitted a petition requesting a survey of the Ajmer Sharif Dargah, the shrine of the revered revered Sufi saint Khwaja Moinuddin Chishti, also spent Moinuddin or Muin al-Din. The petition claims that the dargah was constructed after demolization Hindu and Jain temples that stood at the site. The town and the dargah, Ajmer, then referred to as Ajaimeru, was once the capital of the Chauhans, a Rajput clan that ruled part of present-day Rajasthan, Haryana, Delhi and Uttar Pradesh from the 7th to the 12th centuries CE. Ajay is credited with constructing the city in the mid-12th century. The town was sacked by the Afghan invader Muhammad of Ghor after he defeated Prithviraj III, popularly known as Prithviraj Chauhan, in the Second Battle of Tarain in 1192. The Ghurid armed army killed, looted and destroyed the pillars and foundations of the idol temples in Ajaimeru, Harbilas, Sarda and Ajmer's based trustee. Jurist wrote in Ajmer Histor- Historical and Descriptive 1911. Sardaj book is the primary source material cited in the petition filed before the court. Subsequently, the city fell into a state of disrepair for almost 400 years until it saw a revival during the reign of the Mughal Emperor Akbar 1556 1605. In the middle of the 15th century AD, it is said that tigers used to roam where the tomb of Khwaja Moinuddin Chishti stands. Sarda wrote, the mausoleum itself was built some time in the second half of the 15th century. According to tradition, Sarda wrote the cellar in which the Khwaja was interred houses the image of Mahadeva in a temple on which standal sandal used to be placed every day by a Brahman family, still maintained by the Dargah Gharyali bell striker. His account, however, doesn't say that a temple was destroyed to build the Dargah. Robert Hamilton Irvine, in some account of the general and medical topography of Ajmer, 1841, wrote about a story he had heard from one of the Ajmer's most learned khadims attendants. At one place there was an ancient shrine sacred to Mahadeva, the lingam of which was hidden by leaves and rubbish. To this wood the Khwaja had retired to contemplate it for 40 days, and every day he used hung up his small mushuk of water on a branch of a tree overhanging the lingam. The water constantly dropped on this. At length Mahadeva became highly pleased and spoke out the stone, commending his virtue. Irvine wrote, historian P.M. Courage, who cited Irvine's work in the Shrine and cult of Mu'izz al-Din Chishti Ajmer 1989, mentioned a different version of his of this legend in which the lingam lies underneath the Khwaja's tomb. Journey from Sistan to Ajmer. These legends, narrated by Ajmer Sharif Khadims, serve to explain why people from all faiths and all walks of life come to pay their respects to the Khwaja. Speaking about the legend of Muinuddin's encounter with Lord Shiva, Irvine wrote, from these traditions, the Hindus equally venerate the Khwaja with the Mohammedans. One can find such stories about many Sufi shrines across India. Sufism, the mystical aspect of Islam, emerged between the 7th and 10th centuries as a counterweight to the orthodoxy of the clergy and the increasing worldliness of the Ummah. Sufi traditions, especially those of the Chishti order of Sufism, to which Muinuddin and later Sufi masters such as Qutbuddin Bhattacharya Kaki, Hazrat Nizamuddin Auliya and Nasruddin Muhammad Chirag Dahlviya, all of Delhi, belonged drew heavily from precising local practices, which are were seen as heretical in Orthodox Islam. The Chishti saints in India preached a message of tolerance and inclusivity. Khwaja Muinuddin Chishti of Ajmer exemplified this heterodoxy. He watched asceticism perform yoga. He realized how much he had in common with the wandering mystics of the land who, like him, were unfair to express their utter devotion to their Creator as the ultimate means of achieving spiritual perfection. Historian Mehru Jafar wrote in the book of Moinuddin Chisti 2008.